starting from being tiny little brands that no one knew or not many to top 3 brands and the fastest growing brands. So Parfums de Marly is now being the number 1 brand in Nordstrom, who is our historical partner.
Right now.
What's
going on, everyone? This is Alex Quin, and you're listening to the Hustle Inspires Hustle podcast. On today's episode, we have Yvan Jacqueline. He is the president of the Americas for Parfums de Marly and Initio Parfums. What's going on, man?
Great, and you, Alex. Thank you so much for having me. Hello, everyone.
Younger Yvan, did you know you are going to be in this industry? Have you been fascinated by this industry?
Actually, I had no clue. I started my career in retail, being a general manager of hypermarkets. We have many very successful creations like Side Effect.
Yeah, Side Effect is
which is incredible, more boozy and bright, and that's what I love in Initio. It's really creations that stand out.
Yeah,
but still in a very appealing way.
What's going on, everyone? This is Alex Quin, and you're listening to the Hustle Inspires Hustle podcast. On today's episode, we have Yvan Jacqueline. He is the president of the Americas for Parfums de Marly and Initio Parfums. What's going on, man?
Great, and you, Alex. Thank you so much for having me. Hello, everyone.
I'm super excited to have you. I'm glad that you're in town. I've been engaged with your companies for some time now, so it's truly an honor. I appreciate you. But before we get started on talking about all the cool things that you're doing right now, I would love to hear the backstory on who you are and how we got here.
Yeah. So as you mentioned, I'm the Yvan Jacqueline. I'm the president of the Americas for 2 of the most beautiful brands. It's been 15 years. I'm working under the leadership of Julien Sprecher, our founder and creator. And 7 years ago, I came to US to set up our own subsidiary, take over the business directly for US, Canada, and as well Latin America. And those 7 years have been just fantastic, starting from being tiny little brands that no one knew or not many, to top 3 brands and the fastest growing brands for Initio. Parfums de Marly is now 3rd in the segment, and we have some achievement incredible, like being the number 1 brand in Nordstrom, who is our historical partner.
Right now.
Even
Parfum or Initio?
Parfums de Marly.
Wow.
Even ahead of brands like Chanel, like Jo Malone. So it's really being number 1, all brands. So which is a phenomenal achievement. And Initio Perfume Privés is a leading brand of the functional fragrance. We developed that later, and is now part of the top 8 and the fastest growing brand of the segment. So it's absolutely fantastic journey, having a lot of fun, being very busy.
Younger Yvan, did you know you are going to be in this industry? Have you been fascinated by this industry?
I don't know. I would be lying to you. Actually, I had no clue. I started my career in retail.
Okay.
Being a general manager of hypermarkets, like Carrefour. I don't know. It's a huge hypermarket in France. So I started.
We have those in Colombia.
In Dubai. Okay.
Yeah, we do in Colombia.
So
kind of food.
Started in Dubai, and then I evolved to department stores. Was the head of a small department store in Dubai chain that I've developed for 6 years. And then one incredible day happened where Julien Sprecher called me at my office. And I was at the moment I was thinking about doing something else and discover maybe a new industry. And I was selling perfume prior in the department stores, but I cannot tell you it was an evidence. But I will remember this phone call all my life, that after 40 minutes discussion, when he called me out of the blue, when I hung up, I knew I was going to work for him. He was so passionate, so it was such an evidence, even though many of my friends told me, "You're crazy, it's small." It was a tiny baby brand the time I joined.
Right, it's not what it is now.
Not at all. So
yeah.
We made it happen under his leadership, and but I had my guts were telling me, you have to.
You felt it.
Yeah, I felt it, and 15 years after having opened over 40 countries myself and developing the business worldwide, and now this amazing journey in the Americas, it has been incredible journey.
How did you two connect initially? Did he hear about you? Did you know each
He
other
heard
already?
about me, common friend that I used to work with in Carrefour.
Yeah.
Funny story, because he's a very close friend now, but it's been like 5 years I did not talk to this guy. And I was a director of Carrefour, and he was a HQ, if you want. So we were even having arguments because I was taking care of the interest of my store. He was taking care of the global interest. So sometimes we were not always aligned. But he knew Julien, and when Julien told him, I'm looking for someone to help me to develop my business and so on, my friend Laurent said, I see only one, it's Yvan. And then Julien called me.
Wow.
And it happened. But you know, that's this kind of decision that on the spot, you don't know it's so important, but you trust your gut. So you have two kind of different people. Is the people who can seize opportunities, and even though it sounds risky at the time, but because you feel it.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
Because you had a good position at the department store.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like you were doing whatever.
I was a CEO. I was having a very good position. Yeah. So it was kind of a risk, but again, I felt the guy is absolutely incredible and amazing leader, amazing person, and passionate and knowledgeable, and so it was obvious for me.
Right.
Yeah, it was obvious that the success will come.
Did you have to take a pay cut to do that because it was a smaller company?
No.
So that wasn't something you had to worry too much about.
No.
But it was a smaller company, so it could have been a risk if it didn't.
It could have.
Yeah, it could have been a risk for you.
Yeah. After some time, it was to take risk. Yeah.
Did you, what were you doing before the department store?
No, I did my career in first hypermarkets and then department
stores. So you grew.
Yeah.
Interesting, man.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that it would have developed? Because right now what you're doing is you're taking over retail, right? So like with these two brands, so you kind of like evolved each time, went into bigger markets of retail. Now with two major brands. Yeah. That's incredible.
Yeah.
You followed a path.
You know, the retail industry is always say is the best school. You can imagine. You know, it doesn't sound very sexy when you start being section manager in an hypermarket, waking up at 5 a.m. and filling the section and buying and selling, but you actually learn everything about optimizing the business, putting the client, the customer as a main equation, as leading people, as negotiating with different producers and so on. So you basically learn the recipe of success in a tough environment, and I believe that's the best school to prepare yourself for any kind of business for the future. And of course I had to do an adjustment because from hypermarkets to high luxury, it's not the same code, it's not the same recipe of success, but Julien took a lot of time the first 2 years to tour with me, introduce me all the partners, explain me what this world was about, and by adding my business vision of how to optimize in terms of retail was a plus. So we completed each other very well.
I love that. And the one thing I wanted to talk about is it's very important to do your job with honor and with pride. When you were working at the retail store, you communicated with this person that connected you with eventually somebody that would give you a job opportunity. And the fact that you did a good job and that he held you to a high regard allowed you to make that connection.
Yeah.
I talk a lot about how when people have a job, whether they're fully satisfied in that job or not, they have to give it their 100%.
Yeah.
They have to do it with pride.
Exactly.
They have to do it with ethics, because you never know what door is going to open for you from one little thing that you're doing. And this is a perfect example. This is somebody that you were communicating with at work. Maybe things were good sometimes. Maybe sometimes there was a disagreement, but you did a good job.
Absolutely.
And that's what made all the difference when he had that phone call and then this person called you.
That's always what I try to teach to my team is, I don't know, I never know how many years they will stay, but I always tell them what matter more than the position, more than the money you make even, is the experience. And I personally did only 3 jobs in my life, and I'm 53. So I always went till the end of my mission, and when I moved was because my job was done. I
Yeah.
was having the feeling that I could not evolve anymore for any reasons, and but I never left a company without being in good terms and without having delivered my mission successfully.
I understand. How much did you know about fragrances when you got the call from Julian?
Like
Was it
someone
new to you?
who has a perfume counter and sell perfume, so I was familiar already with
You
haute
were.
perfumery environment because back in time Creed was there already. You had a couple, 2, 3 niche brands already starting to be a little bit successful, and of course I was familiar with all the hits like Chanel.
Mm-hmm.
Quadigio, whatever it is, and but that's it. I was a bit knowledgeable, but not more than anyone else.
Okay, I understand. Now, the traveling aspect of work. Before you were inside the department store, I'm not sure how much you had to travel. Once you went over to full fragrance, did you have to start traveling a lot? Did your work structure change, your way of life?
Completely, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. In the last 15 years, I traveled a lot.
Yeah.
Told you, I have been in over 40 countries personally to
Okay.
start the business
Yeah.
initially and support our partners to help them to grow the business. And I traveled in Middle East, in Europe, of course, in US, in Latin America. So even in East Europe, so a lot of travels. It's a global. There are 2 global brands now. We are in over 75 countries, and nothing replaces true connection. And it's so important to be present, to visit the markets, to be there as a support, to make your partners even better, and your team as well.
It's important, I think, both for business and personal for a human being to travel and to experience other cultures, religions, food in general, because the way your mind expands once you travel, you come back a different person and maybe with fresh ideas that you otherwise wouldn't have had.
Yeah.
Have you seen that as a positive for you?
A lot, yeah. And it's very positive because today I'm very proud that my team is multicultural and coming from everywhere, and it's a very inclusive team, and mindset is absolutely amazing. Because when you travel the world and you put politics aside, you meet incredible people, and it open up your perspectives, and as well every market is different and does not necessarily have the same key of success. So you need to adapt in a way, and in order to be able to optimize the business, and it's all about. I believe it's all about relationship. Even though today it's a lot about digital and TikTok or whatever it is, I truly believe that the key of the success is human connection, real connection.
Meeting people in person, shaking hands.
Exactly. Being someone true, being there for your partners as a support when it's tough as much as when it's successful.
Yeah.
And that makes a huge difference.
My parents always teach me to show up. Oh, I'm going to call. Oh, they didn't answer me. They didn't text me back. Show up.
Yeah.
When they see your face, when there's a connection, it's different and things happen faster. It's a different type of speed.
It's a game changer.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, listen, I have some specific questions for you related to marketing and branding. Fragrance is a product you can't smell through the screen. How do you market an invisible product online?
It's a good question. First of all, when you are unknown, it's very challenging to sell online. But when after the years you build a trust, people get to know you, to know that we create products without any compromise in terms of quality. Then you build a trust. Then on top of that, when you have some huge success like Delina later on or whatever, so people know the fragrances and they are confident to reorder after online. But after is to try to convey a message that talk to people and which is true to yourself and to your brand's DNA. That bring a positive curiosity to the people who can see the digital advertising and so on, and get them the how to say the will to go and discover it.
Yeah.
So of course, sometimes people blind buy, I would say, because they know us, because they trust and so on. But this is not something I recommend. I truly believe that the experience at store level to discover the fragrances, to take the time to discover the collection, to select the perfume that you will have a true emotional connection with and that suit yourself and become a confident booster is very important. So the way we built our success here in US and everywhere in the world initially was really through the stores.
Yeah.
Being having great people supporting us and understanding the brand and providing a real experience to the clients. And this is how we built our success year after year. And that is true that today, you cannot do without social media. You cannot do the market evolves. The way you build your brand awareness, you cannot do without social media.
Yeah.
But still, we are focusing a lot on retail, door by door, to be able to provide the best experience as possible to our clients.
I love the answer because you talk about trust. You talk about curiosity, which is very important. Curiosity is one of the things that drove me to your brand before I even trusted, right? I'll tell you right now, one of the top things that drew attention to me from Initio specifically was the ingredients, right? Palo Santo, all of these things that have to do with wellness that I didn't see other brands focusing on, which kind of like threw me back when they were kind of like breaking down everything for me and all of the displays that you guys had. I felt like I was mind blown because I've been buying fragrances since I'm a kid all over the world. I travel. If you see my fragrance collection, it's wild because there's from all over the world. But not once in my life had I seen a presentation like that. So I would like to see if maybe you could dive a little bit into specifically Initio and how you guys put them together.
But if you want Initio, the point was not to release a new another perfume brand that with beautiful juices and creation, but really to adapt something that were not on the market before, which we call a functional fragrance. So the point, Initio is more than a perfume. It's really, I consider those creations as the perfumery of tomorrow. When tremendous researches, like it took over 5 years prior the launch, just for the research and in order to be sure that each collection add something, functionality on top of smelling amazing. I'll give you an example with the Carnal collection, which is the purple. All the creation are saturated with Idion. And Idion HE is a molecule that play a trigger in your frontal receptor of the brain, which highlight when you smell Idion where the pleasure is located. So it's a boost of feeling good and feeling the pleasure while you wear this perfume, and it has a scientifically proven impact on our brain. And when we asked to the perfumer, can you please saturate it after the research we have done with a fabulous German scientist, and ask our perfumers to saturate our creation with Idion, they told us, but you're crazy, why do you want to do that? I said, just do it. Just do it. So that's an example of the impact that fragrance and Initio creation will have on our mood, on our sex appeal, on our different factors. And each and every collection will have a different functionality. And
that's what I loved when they were talking to me about that.
And that's not just a marketing precept, that's a true based on research. And just recently, we just signed an amazing exclusive partnership with DM Firmenich that give us access to new molecules that are having different impacts. And This is really the consequence of deep researches, and that is true that the power of the scent, of the smell, is huge on people, and Initio is trying to enhance, to really get to the maximum impact on positive, of course, on people in that extent.
I could tell you from experience, the first fragrance that I ran into from Initio was the Atomic Rose.
Mm-hmm.
I would have never thought that I would wear a rose scented perfume.
Yeah.
You would have told me, I would have been like, no, that's not me. Let me tell you, man, Yvan, when I smelled that, you guys sent it to me in the mail, and I smelled that, I was taken back. And whatever molecule you just talked about, whether it was in that one or not, there's something in your fragrances that you're like, whoa, I've never, like, you immediately know it's something you like, but you immediately know it's something you've never smelled before, right?
Yeah.
And that was my first impression. As soon as I got it, I called my family over because they're all freaks about perfumes, and like, are you smelling this? First of all, everybody wanted to take it that day. They wanted to steal it, which was a great sign because it's not easy to capture people that way, especially with fragrances. Usually people have different tastes. This one, it was like a for sure. And when I started wearing it out, I comments and compliments, and I wear other fragrances, and out of respect, I'm not going to mention other brands, and I have relationships with them, I know them, but they don't have that effect on people. It happened to me with the Atomic Rose. It happened to me with the Oud for Greatness, with the one, I forget the name, with Palo Santo. I have a few, and it's always the same reaction. So whatever scientifically you guys put together, whatever amount of time you invested into it, I think it's worth it because now you have the trust. Now you're in retail locations. And your team, at least in the United States, from what I'm seeing, because I'm here in Miami, is doing a fantastic job.
Oh, yeah.
I'm seeing every celebrity, every brand, anybody who's anybody in the city right now, somehow affiliated. And that just goes to show that you guys are getting rooted deeply into the culture, not only like worldwide, but inside each city. You're trying to focus on what people like, what is important to them, what moves the culture, and I think that's huge.
Yeah. So come back. I just come back on Atomic Rose. Atomic Rose is, to my point of view, is the best ever created rose. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a combination of natural essence, natural ingredients. Like it's a blending of different kind of roses, like Taif rose, Bulgarian rose, Turkish rose, taking in their whole, all natural. And there is a depth in this perfume that is completely unique.
Yeah,
it's rich, it's elegant. It's completely unisex. So I wear it as well a lot. It's a huge compliment getter, but it's really special. It smells money. It's incredibly
smells
bold
like power
and elegant and powerful and yet super versatile and compliment getter. So it's truly a piece of art. Yeah. And with the saturation of Idion edge, it has unbelievable positive impact on people. And in this collection we have many very successful creation like Side Effect.
Side Effect is
which is incredible, more boozy and bright, and that's what I love in Initio. It's really a creation that stand out. But still in a very appealing way. But being very different. You really have this amazing signature, and having on top impact and research, and that's really incredible brand, and it's not random that today it's the fastest growing brand on the market currently.
Yeah, it is not random. And I'll tell you what, when I was like 6-7 years old, my mother used to work at the mall, and she used to work at the fragrance counter. So that's kind of, I think, how like we started liking it a lot. After she left, we kind of stayed with that. And she was talking to me the other day after, I think it was the Faena event, and she was like,
when we launched
Narcotic Delight,
which is another incredible
it's
creation.
Another incredible one. That event was beautiful. Everything black and red, and the mood was sexy. It was really cool at Faena. She told me, because she talks to some of the other fragrance brands, she still has connections, and she shits on them, mentioning you guys. Like she's like, why aren't you, like, look what they're doing? Why aren't you guys doing that? And you could, when somebody's innovating when it comes to branding, marketing, and PR in an industry, it's impossible to ignore. Like, you could try to ignore that the person is not there, but they're making just so much noise that you can't ignore that it's there. And when I had the conversation with her, she's like, nobody's doing it like them. They're making an actual effort to get to people, whether it's an event, whether it's a product in hand, whether it's for them to smell. People aren't going that far.
At the end of the day, our job, so me and my team, is to share the passion.
Yeah.
And to educate, very humbly, to share a passion, and to again, at the end, is it has to be an exchange. That individually, we don't stand at the same olfactive journey. You will love some fragrances that maybe I want. The great thing is there is no right or wrong. There is only our emotional connection. So all our team is taught to listen to the clients. No one listen to anybody. You know, people are trying to push. Oh, that's new, buy it. X, Y, Z is wearing it. That's good. No, our approach is really to have a good moment with the clients, to listen who they are, where do they stand in their olfactive journey, why they want to acquire a new perfume, for what kind of usage, for what kind of message, and after this exchange and discussion, it's obvious, and they fall in love and they understand better. So it's really the point is not to do volumes. The point is to do as many good sales as we can. What is good sales? Is the sales where the clients go back home and can talk about it, and understood what it is about. With the social media and so on, sometimes it's a bit difficult. We have to say, hold on. Say, when they come, say, oh, I want side effect because X, Y, Z were side effects. You mentioned we have many celebrities that are
supporting,
buying,
purchasing.
Clients.
Clients, they're buying your products.
And but when I have people to come and say, show on their phone, I want that, even without smelling, without saying who they are, what they want, and so on, they say, no, hold on there. Okay, who are you? How can I help you? What do you want?
Personalized
your
service.
next, yes. Yeah. And then make them understand why it's extraordinary perfume.
Yeah.
And sometimes is to convince them, and that is true for both brands, is why is it so important to wear extraordinary perfume? And because it's an investment. And you do have beautiful perfumes in a prestige segment. So why put more investment towards something which is extraordinary? And what kind of impact does it have? And what this is really something that will positively change your life.
You know how I know that you're speaking genuinely in what you're saying, that you listen to your clients and that you pay attention to the little details? When I went to the event recently at Temple House, okay, you guys had a bar, multiple bars, I think, and you guys were serving drinks. And I don't drink very often. I've stopped drinking.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I wanted to be more productive. So I show up to the event and I see drinks are being poured, and of course it's an event. There has to be drinks. But you guys had ginger shots.
Of course. Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. They're paying attention. Like, they know how to speak to their customer, because yes, there will be the people that will want a champagne, but other brands are not thinking, oh, well, there's some of our guests that don't want to drink alcohol. They want a nice ginger shot. They want to feel good. They want to feel wholesome. And that's where you guys, I think, finished winning me over more than you had already.
Oh, thank you.
And I actually featured that in the video that I posted of you guys on social media, which did really well. And it connected with people. And that just goes to show, whether you run a perfume business, whether you run a service business, listening to your client and not always trying to be right. Because a lot of the times we run our business and we're used to being in the day-to-day and we think we know. But we need to listen to what other people are saying, because they're putting the money in our pocket. They're the boss. So it's very important for me that it's important to you to listen to your clients, because it just goes to show that all the work you've been putting in has been worth it, because it's through feedback.
That's the key. And this is how we historically built our success, if we can call it a success. And we still have a lot to improve. And it's never finished, but it's really by sharing a passion with people, taking the time, valuing people personality in a very open-minded way, that with no discrimination, with inviting everyone that is willing to understand what our passion is about, and
Right.
and that's it.
There's something so cool about, when you dress well, you feel good. When you smell good, you feel even better.
Yeah.
Which is something that a lot of people overlook, even if it's just for yourself. Because sometimes people think that a fragrance is just to attract others. And it's not necessarily that. It's about how you feel with yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at home and I put a nice outfit. Even if I'm just going to work on my computer,
Yeah.
I put my
Yeah.
nice outfit
Yeah.
on.
I'm the
I
same.
throw on my Initio. I want to smell good. I want to feel good. I want to feel powerful. Like I'm going to take over the day. It's just part of the routine.
Yeah, and this is what really matters. Is first, it's a gesture for yourself. I always tell during my master classes, prior to dive in the brand, I always talk about the impact on perfume in general, and it's even more true with Initio. Is you have to be true to yourself, and the first and only rule is you have to be in love with the scent. Whoever wears it, is it a trendy smell, not a trendy smell, you have to love it. So after, of course, people today build perfume wardrobes, and you can have different perfumes for different message that you want to send, or depending on your mood. You have so many reasons to wear extraordinary perfumes. But the only rule that matter is you have to be in love with the scents you select. And after, stay open-minded, because like our taste evolve, the first time you remember the first time, even though you stopped drinking, but the first time you drink a glass of wine was disgusting. It's like, oh,
Beer for me was beer,
or beer.
What the
And
hell is
then
that?
at the end, sometimes we end up having too many of them, and we love them.
Yeah.
So we evolve, our taste evolve,
We
and
do.
it's the same with the scents.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing today the same perfumes profile that I used to love 10 years ago, and I'm going more and more. I used to love wear bold and strong perfumes to make a point and stand out, and now I'm going more and more towards refinement. And maybe I will go back in the future to stronger. God knows.
Yeah.
But when I wear a perfume, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And it's true to me. And I'm proud. So when you're proud, when you feel good or uplifted on something you love, it's a huge energy booster. It's a huge confidence booster. Remember this kid who sent me an email 2 months ago, and was just graduated and has 2 samples of Layton. Say, listen, I'm just graduated. I'm going to have my first interviews to get a job, and I can't afford your Layton, but I need to wear it for the interview. And 3 weeks after, he sent us a beautiful note saying that, guys, thank you so much. I get the job.
Yeah.
And here is my order for Layton. And of course, he was probably a brilliant kid, and he didn't get the job thanks to Layton. But the fact he wore it, giving confidence that he's someone special, making more confidence to go through a very stressful moment. And that is priceless. And this is impact.
Crazy, right? That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Like he thought of that, like
so
that one thing.
For him, literally, he get it because he had Layton.
Yeah.
Give
It's
him
like a
strength.
superpower that he's putting on.
Give him. So, yeah, that's literally what perfumes can do, and that's prodigious, and that's why with Initio we pushed it to its limits, and to backing up all the creation and with science, and it's incredible.
Now, we've been talking about Initio, but I don't want to overlook the innovation that's taking place with Parfums de Marly.
Mm-hmm.
The scents, the diffusers. Oh my goodness, man. Can you unpack that for me a little bit?
Yeah, so we just released a kind of revolutionary diffuser, which took us some time to get to the right formula, and because we didn't want to launch a diffuser that is not healthy. You know, when most of the diffuser, you burn the fragrance.
The chemicals, all that.
And so on, and which is very unhealthy for the lungs. Like when you burn a candle, it's very unhealthy.
I'm so glad you're saying that. I'm so glad that you're aware of that.
Extremely unhealthy, actually. So we could have like every brand launch a diffuser or the sticks or in the same process that existed before. But no, we owe the best to our clients, and we wanted really to come up with something that people can use and smell all day long and 100% healthy. So the system is extremely simple. The best ideas most of the time are the most simple ideas.
Yep.
It's a vent. So it's just air going through a cartridge. So you are basically just scented the air.
Yeah.
And so no combustion, no, completely healthy and extremely efficient.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing I do when I come back home is to plug it. It's really amazing, and it's very airy. It's not sticky in the air. So it's very delightful. It's very playful, because the great thing is you can mix the cartridges together and layer different perfumes.
Really?
And that's awesome.
Oh, snap. Because that's another thing that people do. People layer perfumes. Not everybody does it,
so
but the fact that you were able to pull that off.
Yeah,
wow.
My personal favorite layer with the diffuser is Altain with Delina.
Okay.
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I'm in love with that smell. And the great thing as well is if eventually you don't want to, sometimes you don't want any smell in your house, and you just switch off after 20 seconds. It's clear from any smell.
Right.
So it's not invasive. And you can, on your phone,
the app,
you can have, okay, on Monday, I want it on from 6 to 9, and at that level of power for the fan. So it's super convenient, super playful. It's a beautiful object.
Schedule it for like maybe if you want to wake up and smell it, but not during the whole night. Like
exactly. So you can program, and it's amazingly efficient.
Yeah.
I have a huge living room in my house, and just one cartridge is enough, and the cartridge are lasting. We say that over a month. Actually, concretely, they go over 2 months, and so it and then you when it fades away, you just simply replace the cartridges. But it's absolutely a beautiful product, and very proud of it. Actually, very innovative.
It's a great way to continue to cater to your high-end audience. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I was having a phone call with a buddy of mine who owns a yacht chartering company here in South Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling him I was going to interview you. He's very familiar with, everything you guys have going on. And I told him about Parfum de Marly and the diffuser.
Oh, yeah, it would be amazing for the yacht. Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, he was like,
perfect.
Dude, because he had Cristiano Ronaldo. No, it was Ronaldinho. He had Ronaldinho on his yacht yesterday. He's like, oh my God, it would be perfect. I'm like, you are speaking directly to them.
Exactly.
Because you're not just meeting them at the fragrance. You understand that the intensity of the smell and the power and the feeling that you get could go beyond that into a living room, into a boat, into an office space. Because it doesn't just have to be at home, an office space. Yeah.
We have many companies that put it in their office, as well real estate companies and yacht. Yeah, actually, it's funny you say that, because when we were testing the first development we done, I was on a boat, and it's so efficient, and particularly when you travel on the sea, you have a kind of humidity and different kind of smell that this is heaven, and perfect, and was super efficient.
Beautiful. Now, how has your approach to storytelling changed now that the scent culture is being shaped more by TikTok and Gen Z?
But we discussed that. It's the fun thing with TikTok is we don't do anything ourselves, and to be honest with you, that's what I love about TikTok.
It's mostly user generated.
It's organic.
Yeah.
People say whatever. It's scary sometimes because you have zero control on what is said, what's going on, and you can hear time to time a lot of stupid things. But in a global way, it's customers, it's clients, it's people passionate and so on that share whatever they want to share.
Yeah.
There is no money involved. There is no So it's really something which is organic, and it's incredible to see how much Initio and Parfums de Marly are in a very high demand with the new generation, with teenagers, and sometimes from 10 years old. I have some 10 years old coming to some events with their parents, and
Yeah.
they know as much as I know on my perfumes.
Wow.
And teenagers, I was last weekend going to see the stores in Garden State in New Jersey, and just to see it because we are launching Castley and wanted to see a bit the stores and get some feedback. And I've been stopped twice in the mall to take pictures with teenagers. That I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
hey, so I use a PDM guy, I use a Initio guy, and can I
They're
have a
aware.
picture?
They're aware of the brands. You think they're not, but
So
they are very aware of the brands.
extremely aware.
Yeah.
And now they have access to every information and so on. They're very knowledgeable. And
Yeah.
so
And trust is big for them.
the
Trust is huge for them. Well, you were
trust
mentioning
is
that
huge,
before.
and they like the fact that I'm accessible. I love to share. I love to discuss. I'm never judgmental with anyone.
I mean, you're here right now giving me your time. That's important. I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
But it's not because when a 12-year-old boy come, I'm not nose up and saying, okay, sorry, I'm busy. No, I spend the time. I share my passion with him as much as I would do with
That was you one day.
with a celebrity.
Yeah.
And it's very important to have this consideration for your clients, for whoever they are.
Yeah.
And so it's a true question strategically, because you want, when the brand is communicating on social media, you want it to be true. You want it to be up to brand, with the right image. But it's almost impossible.
Yeah.
And sometimes you feel irritated because someone will say things that are untrue or stupid.
It's gonna happen. Yeah.
It's going to happen. It's at the end of the day, we are haute perfumery, and as I always say, we don't want to everybody to like what we do. We want few thousand of people to love what we do.
To be crazy about it. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's really the luxury of being in a niche or haute perfumery, is to be true to yourself, to be passionate, and if it resonates thanks to the social media to more people, of course it's a blessing for the business and for us. But again, the challenge is to, sometimes I'd like to interact more on those platforms, to drive a bit more professionally the message, convey the message.
Right.
But I don't want, at the same time, I want it to remain organic, because there is nothing more powerful that a customer that you didn't ask anything, but sharing his passion based on his experience with our products. There is nothing more powerful. It's 100 times more powerful than when I'm talking.
Yeah.
So it's balance to find, I believe, between so when the brand is communicating through Instagram, different social media platform, is to convey the right message, to give appetite to the clients to discover our products and to understand who we are. And after, you need to trust people, and customers will make a success from out of a creation. It's not us. You can have the best marketing in the world. It will help you when you launch to have more sales, for sure, for some time. But in time, you never had a bad fragrance that became a success in time, despite the best marketing. So
I get you.
You know what I mean?
I get what you mean.
So clients, at the end of the day, they know.
Yeah.
On overall, they know. And when Delina is a huge success, when I never smell a bad fragrance which was highly successful. That does not exist.
Yeah, I agree. Now, I want to talk past the fragrance and the smell, because that's not all you're about. I want to talk about the attention to detail in your packaging. Okay, because when I open my perfume cologne drawer, you're gonna notice that there's probably like 8 rows deep, and the only boxes in there are Initio.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys go as far as even the box itself feeling like it's something of luxury, of value, right? And I noticed with Parfum de Marly, with the diffuser, everything, the packaging is exceptional. A lot of brands just little box, whatever, not big deal.
We are high luxury. Okay, when you invest $400 to wear a fabulous fragrance, we believe we owe our customers the very best at every level. And it starts with the packaging. And to take the Initio, it's Initio, the development team of Initio, it's all about each and every details. Like you have a sleeve. So the sleeve has the legal comments, okay, printed. But we didn't want to damage the box.
The box.
With some stuff. So we did a sleeve just to allow our clients to have a neat, beautiful box with this amazing logo that they can keep. A lot of our clients use the box for their makeup products or whatever because it's beautiful, you know. And it's all about details. It's all about giving an ultimate luxury experience.
Yeah.
And it's right. The market evolved a lot in that direction. 20 years ago, the first niche creation was a tiny glass bottle with a paper label and eventually a beautiful juice inside. But that was enough because, the juice is great.
Yeah.
Now we owe the very best at every level.
Yeah.
Term of course, the most important remains the quality of the fragrance and the money we put in the fragrance to work with the most prodigious ingredients, but everything is important. The competition is most probably one of the segments with the most fierce competition, and every detail counts.
Yeah.
And when you are passionate, it's just obvious.
Yeah.
It's an act of love for your clients too.
And the client feels it because, for example, for me to wear one of my Initio parfums, like I need to go through several steps. So I keep it in the black box. So I take out the black, which is very sturdy, take off the black box, then take off the sleeve, then take off the top, then take it out, then uncap it. So I have to go through several steps, but I like going through those steps because I feel like I don't know, I feel like I'm discovering some new shit like that's incredible, and I'm like,
it's a jewel, and this is incredible. I guarantee you.
Yeah, it's the same with my watches. My Rolex, the box, the Cartier. It's just the experience.
Yeah.
It's more than just wearing it. It's just how I feel unpacking it. Almost maybe how a car enthusiast feels, like the keys and like getting into your Pagani, unstrapping the strap on the Pagani, opening the door. That's part of the experience.
Yeah.
I was recently interviewing the developer for the Pagani Tower, Pagani Residences here in North Bay Village, and he talks about how Horacio Pagani, like it's very important to him. The doors. The doors are super important to him. So when he was when they were developing the building, or they're currently developing it, and he showed up and like saw the model unit, he wanted to completely change the mechanism of the door of how people enter. And the developer was like, what do you mean you want to change the mechanism of the door? A door is a door. He's like, no. So those things make all the difference when you're selling to a high luxury segment.
It's the first impression.
It's the first impression.
Yeah.
It's the first impression.
Of course.
Yvan, last question for you. How do you want to be remembered?
Oh, that's, I'm a very humble gentleman to answer this kind of question. Listen, if people remind me as a great leader, passionate people, fair and true to his team, and that will be the most important things to me. I'm a man of, try to be a man of values, and that's all that count for me.
Yeah.
For me is true values.
I agree.
And I'm trying to in my team share the same values, and if not, I'm working on them to be sure it's very important. And I have the chance to work from someone truly amazing, Julien Sprecher, that share a lot of human values, and it's not just a business, you know. When if you have just numbers in mind, it doesn't work. It's truly a passion. And our job is to share this passion first to our team in order for them to be able to share the same passion with the clients. And that's what we try to do. And it's a blessing since day one. Yeah, I'm very lucky man.
Well, listen, y'all. Luck is when hard work meets opportunity. But guys, if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend or somebody that you feel could get some value out of it. Follow the brands. If you learned anything today, we learned trust. Your customers have to trust you. Your team, you have to instill good values in your team. Quality of product, quality of service. Do everything ethically. Invest into what your customers want. Listen to what your customers want. You're not always right, so be willing to take feedback. With that being said, y'all, this is Alex Quin. Today we have Yvan from Parfum de Marly and Initio Parfum Privés. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Thanks, man. All
Bye.
right.